What's up, everybody? Vamos Bros are back in the building. We're gonna be talking about, the game, the Champions League game that happened today earlier between Man City and
Concrete.
Madrid. I was about to say Bayern Munich.
Nah, man,
Yeah,
living in the past.
yeah. What do you guys what did you guys think of the score and the game
Uh,
overall?
Man,
we be biased since I'm a Madrid fan, or because I
you can
could
be
say
whatever you want to be, man. At the end of the day, it's all about the facts.
right. Thank
Right.
you, Frank. But I mean Madrid. I don't know, man. We've seen. I mean, I expected it. As a Madrid fan, I didn't really think that Madrid was gonna pull the same win we had last year. I don't know. It was a good game, but City had most of the possession. They were just playing by themselves basically the whole game. Um, I mean, I don't think we deserve to win. A draw was fair. But I mean, if you already ask me as a Madrid fan, I think that City goal was not a goal because the ball was actually supposed to be a throw-in. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have something to say about that,
Man,
but
that's some bullshit. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
I
just
get
saying
it,
because
I'm
look,
not
I'm just
buying
saying because
that.
you be
bro.
seeing older
That
fans like
shit was a banger, bro. I don't give a shit. Like, what,
it's a
man?
it's a banger, but like
Bad.
the ball passed the line. The ball it was supposed to be a thrown in, dude,
I
and
mean,
that
at the end
Hey,
of
man,
the
it
day,
happened. It's part of the game.
it
yeah,
is.
it's
But
part of the
no,
game. I mean, like,
I brought it up because Benny, most of the fans in Europe, like United fans, Bayern, Chelsea, Barca, they claim that Madrid always get help from the referees and shit.
right,
The ref
and
did not help us. In fact, today the ref helped City scoring their goals. So I'm just saying I had to bring
I
it
know about that. I mean, the ref. I mean, he could have done better overall. Like, I mean, a few players I could have got a yellow card or whatever. They didn't get booked and all that stuff. But honestly, that game, it was first half was really exciting. Like, I can't lie. Like, like even though like Madrid felt like they just gave up too much possession, they were just like letting them have the ball, which I get it. Like, because the
I
game
mean,
was more like the whole game is a lot of like it's like a chess. It's like it was really like
but
tactic.
that's how Madrid plays. Madrid always
Yeah,
plays
and it's
play
like,
and do
but
counter.
second half they kind of came, they came out more and they were like more possession. But first half, it just felt like they were more dangerous going, attacking. But it's like, but then they let City just have all the control on the ball, and it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, 1-1 at home. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a bad result.
And I think it's a tricky score because for City, they might get too comfy with that score, thinking, oh, we're gonna win 1-0 here, at Etihad, and we make it. But then with Madrid, you can never, be satisfied with any score.
Yeah, nah,
I
that's
think
what I
I,
realized.
I think that's not even the case, to be honest. I don't think like Madrid really wanted to score more. I think it was more of like, if they were able to like control the game, if they were to play the ball,
Yeah, they were.
they would be able to stop City
Yeah,
from
yeah,
actually like, getting those chances. So if you noticed, Kamavinga started and played on a left back, like, the first half. And
yeah.
then second half, he actually like shifted and he came,
It's more
to
like
help
a
out
risk.
like in the middle, like with Modric and Cross and everybody. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that the plan was like to stop City from like, getting those chances and like, from dominating basically.
Yeah, honestly, credit to Kamavinga though, bro. Like,
It
I
was
mean,
amazing.
playing as a left back, I mean, that's not like his natural position.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, can we
He
can
was
we
enjoying
can
his
we
team,
can we
and
talk about the Vini goal? Because Mike over here was talking about the KDB goal.
bro,
Dude,
Vinny,
Vini,
man.
best left winger right now, no doubt. I don't see any position left.
Yeah,
Best.
after Rashford, I can't do this.
I
Even
think
even your own
I,
brother laughs at that.
No,
I think
honestly,
we
though,
have to
like
say,
go ahead.
yeah, I was going to say like we have to say he is top three in the world right now.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think.
He is like,
Everybody has to agree with that.
I
Like,
mean,
Vini looking at his numbers, the way how he's performing in the big games, we have to say Vini is, top three.
yeah, I mean, who else
And
been?
I'm not even a Madrid fan.
I mean, let's be realistic. Who else been from? And you gotta remember, he been consistent since last season when Benzema won the Ballon d'Or. He was going off with Benzema as well. So that's the
He
second
was.
season. So I'm like, for the Ballon d'Or race, he has to be top three. If he's not there, if he's not top three, then I don't know who else is gonna be up there with Messi. Because obviously Messi is gonna
Yeah,
be.
and honestly, I wanted to talk about Haaland too. Like I think this is like one of the, the reasons that like, some people kind of still criticize Haaland, where like he's heavily reliant on the team in a sense, and like if the team's not playing good and providing, like in games like this, when like like you've seen Vinicius, like where he was running down the line, creating chances. He had like multiple crosses and passes like that, was close to Benzema connecting to it and
Yeah,
all
but
that stuff.
it's also
This,
Mike. It's a different style of playing. Like Benzema does that. Benzema drops low. He goes as a false nine. He goes wide. That's his style of play. But Haaland, even when he was at BVB, like he been like that. We know
yeah,
that.
no, that's not my point. But I'm saying like, so like going from this, like seeing this game, do you guys think like next game, like we're gonna be because like Haaland is like he really I mean, I guess he's a striker too, makes sense, but it's like
But what did he expect? You wanted him to score two,
they,
3 goals on Madrid?
but
So
that's what I'm
Mickey, like,
saying.
are
But
you
like
trying to
as good
compare
as
Haaland to Vini, or
no, I'm
like
not trying to
what is your
compare him, but
point?
I'm just saying like how like Haaland, as good as he is breaking all these records and shit, like if the like let's say if Madrid like come out with like it just he heavily depends on like whether KDB creating him chances or whatever.
Yeah.
So like it feels
I
so
agree.
like it was quiet, you know what I mean? It's like, and I get it, he's a striker, but it's like I think next game like really like we expect a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean, Mickey, I think adding to your point, we all know like if you get like the key players in Man City like KDB or Grealish or like or Gundogan, like they get locked down, like I mean, Haaland is not gonna have any chances. But also you gotta realize something. Like even today, I seen the press conference after the game, and a reporter was asking Pep. He was like, the fans expected more out of this game. And he clearly said it. He said we're playing a team that has won this competition, this trophy 14 times before. So don't expect us to beat him 2, 3, or 4 goals difference. It's gonna be a hard game. Even back in the Etihad, it's gonna be a close game. So you also gotta realize that, like when you're playing Madrid, I mean, Holland's not
Well, I
gonna
mean,
give
let's
you
be
a chance.
real. I mean, you see, like the thing is, if you ask me, like, who won this game, like, who won the matchup today? I mean, obviously, like, the score is like in favor of like City
Yeah,
than like it is for Madrid.
but I don't
I
see it
mean,
like
like
that. I don't see it like that.
you don't see it like that, but the thing is, I think the result is in favor of City because if you noticed in the past when Pep plays, like the first game, he tries to go all out and like get some goals and just kill the first game right there, right? But then if you notice like this time around, I mean first they're playing I mean in Madrid's home.
Yeah,
So basically like like having this tie, like it would definitely just like make them think, okay, like all we have is like one game, we just gotta win this game and then we'll be good. So like he didn't even make like no subs, like he didn't bring on
yeah,
like Foden, he didn't bring in like Mahrez. If you guys noticed,
yeah. I
Bernardo
mean,
Silva, like he was actually like making a lot of errors this game.
yeah.
He was making a lot of mistakes, but he didn't actually take him out. He just trusted everybody that was in there and let them finish the game. But second game is gonna be a different story
Yeah, he was
because
for sure saving the other players for the next game. But I mean, also you gotta realize something. Like after he scored, like you could tell he was content with the 1-1 draw. Like I mean,
oh
because
yeah, oh yeah,
if you
100%.
open up and you start, because you've seen a lot of teams that do that with Madrid. They tie or they're winning. You start opening up more, and you boom out of nowhere you get Vini 1v1 and he scores, and the
look
game go either way.
watching the game, you know, Madrid's defense, they did really well stopping Haaland. And one thing about Haaland, whether he gets a lot of touch on the ball, whatever, he's just dangerous because when he gets a chance, he's most likely gonna finish it.
Yeah, but he didn't get the chance
But
because
watching today's game, at first I'm like, nah, like, because I came into the game thinking City were gonna win this matchup. But then after watching the first half and then just even like whatever, after watching the game, I'm like, man, I don't know. Like I feel like Madrid really might pull this off again. They might beat them one more time. Like just looking at also the fact that City are going for like they're fighting for Premier League and also the Champions League too. So it's like Madrid next game they can rest their whole team. Like they already kind of almost give up on the
No,
league.
but you, Mickey,
So they're
I
gonna
don't
be
think
fresh. Like going into the next game, Madrid gonna be fresh. And honestly, they just look so much
But I
dangerous.
mean,
Let's talk about also Rodrigo. Rodrigo, he had a few like good things he did, but it's like he was quiet most of the game. So, and we know like he been stepping up in like important moments and shit. So like
I mean, he had a couple
I'm
shots.
kind of curious to see like if he's gonna step up next game too, like like he did like last time in the finals, or even just like Copa del Rey, like just last week on the finals. So I don't know.
I
Like when
think
I see City playing, it's like yeah, they dominate possession, but it's just like man, like where are the chances? Like they did not look. They
City's Mike, City's back line, like they actually look a lot more disciplined this year than they was
Oh yeah, oh
last
yeah,
year,
oh yeah,
especially like
yeah,
with the
yeah,
addition of
definitely.
Akanji and I mean Diaz has been fantastic. Stones,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
yes,
lot,
yeah, he made
you
that. He
know,
made the save on that.
yeah, and I mean on top of that, like, Ederson has been stepping up as well. I mean, he had a couple good saves. The one by
Benzema,
Mini
one by
and
Benzema.
yeah, the header from Benzema. Yeah, I mean, I think like Pep should feel a bit more confident going into the second game, just knowing that like he didn't really show his tactics to
Yeah,
like, Ancelotti. So like, the next game is gonna be okay, I have this many options and I'm gonna try to use those weapons in order to get the
exactly.
win.
And
So
I
see,
feel
to be honest, from like I've been watching like the whole season, obviously since Akito Madrid, and like I don't think we have options. Like for us, like Ancelotti doesn't really put any tactics. Like like I don't know if you guys are on the same page as me, but like I don't see Ancelotti having any input. He just puts the same players, and Vinny. It's always Vinny and Rodrigo or Benzema doing their own stuff. Like today that Vinny goes, dude, what a hit! But like it was a solo. It was a solo play. It wasn't like some tactical play that the coach Ancelotti made up like Pep. So that's what makes
well,
me
I
think
mean the
we
team
might not
structure though,
actually.
like you can't say that.
No,
Like
but that's the thing. We don't have options either, even on the bench. Like if you want a player from the bench, who do you have? Asensio. So you don't even have backup players. Your coach doesn't really put much input. So I'm like, I don't know. Like right now, I'm like it's like
I mean, you
65,
see, like,
25 for me right now. 65,
yeah, yeah.
you have Valverde, which you
The
can
thing
use
is,
on wing if you really need, but
right, I mean, like, you have like in the back, you have, what's his name? The center back.
for who?
Uh,
For Madrid or
Militao,
yeah,
no
Rudiger.
Militao?
Militao. Like Militao didn't play today, I mean, because of like
Dude, I don't
the
want him to
suspension.
play. I don't know if you can keep it on. Militao been really bad, like really bad lately. That's why he hasn't been
I mean,
playing.
he's still a solid center back when it comes to like
Yeah,
big
but like
games,
lately, that's the thing. Lately,
And
1v1s, he been messing up a lot. So I think it was a good choice for him to just not play.
well, I
Like,
mean, he couldn't play today. He was actually on
yeah, I
suspension,
know, but
but
like even
he
even
should be
like
No,
available.
honestly, I think that is also one of that was a technical choice from Ancelotti because Rudiger is in there, and Rudiger is a fucking fighter. He's physical.
exactly,
You need
and
somebody like that for Haaland, like
he
because
he he
damn
held
well,
he held him down.
like as quick
Yeah,
as Militao can be, like physically he don't get bullied. You know what I mean?
yeah, dude. If
So
it's about the pace, you're not gonna keep up with Haaland. You need someone that's like
yeah,
a
So,
so
like
who do
Rudiger.
you guys think will be starting next game? Like,
I
if you
think
was to pick between
Rudiger and
Militao and
no,
Rudiger.
you
Azemi,
keep it
that's
the
same as
same.
today. Same as today.
They did really well. You have to kind of just keep it, and
Yeah,
maybe
I feel like also Chouamini needs to like play the whole game.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe he might tweak midfield, but
Who would you bring in the midfield?
out,
Who would you
like
think
out.
out? I mean, You know,
Yeah,
Cruz, Modric, Valverde. I mean, that's,
To be honest,
you
if
know,
you
you can't really touch
if you
that.
ask me, I want to see Valverde, Modric, and Chouameni. Cruz, like Cruz, he got the elegant pass in him, bro, and now he doesn't have that stamina anymore. And next game we gonna need like midfielders that can run up and down the whole game.
But you know, he's a genius. I mean, his IQ is just, you know, out of this
He is,
world.
but
So,
defensively, he's not that good anymore at all.
yeah,
Like,
because because one thing, like next game, Madrid going to next game, they need to. I think they need to kind of take a bit more of the possession. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I get it. Like they kind of did similar thing when they played finals, where like they give out possession most of the game, and then they just scored when it mattered, whatever. But if they, just especially now that they tied at home and going away, I think next game they really need to be like pushing and attacking and trying to get the goal as early as they can. And
yeah. I mean, we'll see next week. I mean, I hope we make it through, but I don't see a chance. And yeah, this is might be the only chance that City is actually gonna win it. If they bottle this somehow, just delete the club, man.
you know, I mean, like when you play against Madrid, it's basically you're playing a final. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
if
not.
you,
Benny, let me cut you off. Not
well, I
this
mean,
version.
whoever wins this wins.
Not this version of
yeah,
Madrid. Madrid this year is
exactly.
way
So,
worse than last year, dude. You have to know that too.
well, I mean, like, you know, Madrid is like they can be really bad in the La Liga, or you know, they might not be performing, but whenever you put them in the CL, that's when they bring the dog out of them. You know, like they always play hard. That's their league. That's their, you know, I mean, like, you know, they do their best in the CL. And I mean, if City somehow like, you know, win against, you know, Madrid the second leg,
Yeah,
I
they
think they're gonna win
will
it like
corner
that.
there. I mean, if City wins and somehow they lose to Inter or Milan, whoever makes it to the final, that
That's
would
gonna
just be
be
I
really
really embarrassing.
embarrassing,
that
dude.
that would be funny.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
That would be embarrassing. I think
But
Haaland
talking
will
about
be
AC
after that.
Milan and Inter Milan, though, who do you guys think is gonna win that one?
Oh, I think that it's a tough one because I've been keeping up with Serie A lately, and both of them have not been on the same form. So it's tricky because both of them been kind of like their form been going down lately. But for me, I favor AC Milan. I don't know. For some reason, I favor AC Milan lately. I heard Leao
I
is not
have
playing, so that might be a big hit for them.
I have to say, Inter is gonna go through. I think they have a lot more option. They have like more depths
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, just like better strikers.
Yeah, now that's what I was saying too. I think
yeah.
I think Inter gonna win it. I would like AC Milan to, will go through, but
I
I don't
just
see
see
it
AC
happen.
Milan like as a team, they're like they all rounded. I don't know, like feel like
It's just
I feel like their
Inter got a
midfield is
lot more
better.
options. They playing, better like as a team. I mean, recently too, actually, they've had, a few games looking at it, like, everybody's involved. Lukaku's scoring, Martinez is scoring, Zeko is scoring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
everybody doing well.
Lukaku's
Um,
gonna bring it home, I guess.
yeah, so Lukaku's gonna bring it home. Shit, gonna be
You know, I think Inter can
what a
be, you know, they can be the underdogs, even, you know, if they actually happen to make it to the final. I think they can be a challenging team to play because, you know, they have the defensive capability, like to actually just like shut the game out. And then they could also, you know, use those big strikers that they have, like, you know, Edin Dzeko or
Yeah,
Lukaku, you know, just like to get them important goals.
Nah, I can't lie,
So
bro. Like whoever loses to Inter or AC Milan, man, no excuses, bro. Like like Madrid
yeah,
or
they're gonna
City,
bring
like they gotta win it, bro.
like
Like
if
they,
Madrid
they
makes it to
have
the
to.
final, they're not, bro. I don't think Madrid would lose any final, but City,
like
I
I
don't know.
don't know, man. I personally think that would be kind of embarrassing. I
I,
ain't gonna lie,
I mean, I'm kind of like I'm actually really happy that we now we're seeing Inter and AC Milan back into the Champions League late stages. But it's also sad how AC Milan is not making the Champions League next year because they're like fifth in their league, so that's
it's not
their
over, but
shot, I
yeah,
guess.
possibly.
Right. I mean, tomorrow's game is gonna be straight up
So
war.
you
You know,
guys
it's gonna
got
be a derby. So
both you guys get Inter, right?
I got Inter.
Remember,
Yeah, for sure.
tomorrow I'm gonna wear my AC Milan jersey when they win. Remember that.
We'll see. If they lose, I'll take the jersey.
It's okay, man.
That's gonna be mine.
I'm like that one fan on FIFA. With every game he has a different shirt on, different jersey on.
Yeah, we know you're plastic.
Facts. Right.
We've already seen it.
Anyways, it was good talking to you boys. Hopefully, you guys like this podcast. If you did, leave a like, comment below who you think is gonna make it to the final, and if you're a City fan, just shush.
Which fan?
Yeah.
Manchester is red.
Always.
Crazy.
All right.